Come here, grumpy cat. Grumpy cat, grumpy cat. Come on up here. Good morning. Good morning. Monday morning. It is 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. Me and Dad got up early today and walked. He wanted to get in the office early, so did I. So I thought about not doing a video this morning, but I didn't do one yesterday. I don't think I'm going to start doing one on Sundays because I tend to get ready and prepared for church, so I usually don't have time. Maybe I can do one Sunday evenings. I don't know. Hair is coming back in nicely. My mom likes that. She don't like bald heads, and I don't know why. I've been shaving it for 7-8 years, and just decided it's growing my beard. I might as well just not cut my hair either. I don't know why. So I was scrolling through. I pulled up MSN this morning. Remember, everybody's webpage. I don't know if most people still are if they use Microsoft Edge. But webpage used to be set to MSN, and they would always have these headlines, news headlines, and a ticker up the top, and you could click next and see the next headline, the next headline. And now there's like 20 some headlines. I don't know how many. I pulled that up this morning because I don't have a home page anymore because I don't want to get distracted when I pull up my internet. But because I don't watch news, I don't watch TV hardly at all. Just don't have time for it. Nothing against it. Usually when I come in, it's time for bed, and so I just realized I'm taking this portrait, and I said I was going to start taking them landscape again. Yeah, well, I already started it, and I can't change it. I just need to get something to hold the camera, because I can't hold it sideways. So, but yeah, so I just was like curious, okay, what's in the news headlines, or what's in MSN news headlines? I was pulling it up, and I started looking at the headlines and reading articles. I was reading, it looks like, I can't remember, I'd have to look it up, but it looks like we're coming close to the year on the Vegas shooting, which I believe was the biggest massacre in modern U.S. history is what it said. But the article is about a guy who he couldn't leave his house for 6 months, and he was being praised after this hero, and he got all kinds of media because him and his friends, they all locked hands, I guess, and they ran when they realized it first started happening. And for some reason, he stopped and he went back to the stage, and he started telling all these people to get out, and he took a bullet himself, and it lodged, I guess, between his shoulder and his heart. And he's had a lot of problems since then, and oops, my alarm went off and stopped my video. But I was saying he had a lot of problems, and it looked like he was starting to overcome those problems. Said that he was going into the police academy and whatnot. Anyway, that's not even, I don't know. I was scrolling through MSN looking at news headlines, and it was just, I realized why I don't really watch news anymore. We used to always watch the news in the morning. I may go turn it on. We used to always watch Fox 59 while the kids got ready. So, but I pulled up this one thing, and it was toys that what they're worth now, that what you had in your childhood. And I started scrolling through that, and some of the toys I had, there was the Atari for one. It said it was worth $1,000. I've seen some in pawn shops, and I don't know if they're going for $1,000. But oh yeah, that was my first gaming system, the Atari, And I remember my cousin Shane, he had the ColecoVision, had the little, it looked like a TV controller with a joystick stuck at the top of it. It had 2 buttons on the side. Oh, yeah. I remember he had Donkey Kong. And so we played that. Atari, we had Pac-Man. I remember my cousin had some weird thing, and it was like an off-brand gaming system. But it had a game like Pac-Man, but you could create your different levels, different things. And so we would box in the ghosts so they couldn't get out, and then we just see how far we could get. Some of the other things. He-Man and She-Ra. He-Man and She-Ra action figures. $4,000. Rapunzel, My Little Pony. Rapunzel, My Little Pony was like $1,200. That little bitty pony. A Mickey Mouse Pez dispenser. It said $4,000 or $5,000. That's hard to believe. Just a little big Pez dispenser. Now get this, and I had at least a couple of these. A Luke Skywalker action figure from I think it was 79 or 80. It was $25,000. I wish I still had mine. I started looking at those, and I started thinking about, was life easier when we were kids, when I was a kid? And started thinking about, all the things we did that we don't let kids do nowadays. Like, we lived, like I said, I grew up on a neighborhood that was kind of isolated off from the rest of the town. You had Highway 37, went through town, and we lived off section to the right, or maybe it'd be the Southview, yeah, because it was called Southview Drive. So it was south of town, and so I grew up on Southview Drive with all my Southview Drive homies, and there's a group of us that were all about the same age, and we had lots of fun on that. And I'd leave, man, I think when we were like first grade, second grade, just leave, be gone all day, and all you'd have to worry about is making sure you hear your mom and dad holler at you on the door when it was supper time. It was time to come home. That was in the summer. And then, man, you just had free reign at most people's houses. You just go in, play at their house. They come over and play at your house. I remember Mom and Dad, they put an in-ground pool in our house. We were the only house in the street with a pool. Back then, I didn't realize how privileged I was. I was just like, yeah, I got a pool, okay. And I remember neighborhood kids coming and saying, can we go swimming? And I was like, I'd ask Mom, can they go swimming? She'd be like, no, I'm trying to lay out. I don't want to watch kids. But, so, yeah. I'm just thinking of all the things we did, and I'm trying to compare them to my kids, because my kids now are, I got a freshman and a junior, and I think Bailey's a junior in college, or getting ready to be. She's only 20. Yeah, she's a junior. Maybe a senior. She's only 20, but she graduated a year early, so. Oh, I know she's busy all the time. She's busy girl. But I was thinking, man, some of the things that we did as teenagers, even middle schoolers, I could not fathom my kids doing that. I'm not going to tell on myself, but yeah, some of the things I've done, I've got secrets I won't tell, and stories I won't tell. But I'm glad I'm still here. Some of the stuff, I don't know. Would I let my kids do that? Like I said, either I'm just really gullible as a parent, or my kids are a lot more well behaved and weren't as mischievous as me. I don't know. Maybe it was just me. I don't think Holly was like that. Were you? Was Holly like that? I don't know if any of Holly's friends will see this, but if she was, let me know. Oh, but I was the first child, so I did not get any of the good stuff. I had to wear socks on my hands for gloves. I didn't get braces. Oh, I don't care. I'm just kidding. Oh, but it is like that, isn't it? Your first kid, your first child gets kind of the, I guess you give them life first, but they, usually your first child, unless you wait to have children until after you're like late 20s, early 30s, and you're already good and set, you got a good job. See, we had kids when we were in our early 20s, and so first kid, and so my parents did too, and so your first child, you're just barely you're struggling to make it. You know, you're finding to figure out ways you can, okay, can we, didn't matter. My phone went off again. I forgot I have another alarm set on my phone, and it's not the normal alarm. So my phone just freezes up every time the alarm goes off. So anyway, yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, you remember how you had your grocery budget, and you would think, okay, can we slip $20 out of the grocery budget and go do this? It's just funny. You remember those days when you're first just starting out in life? You know, you're out of school, you're trying to start a job, you got your own place, if you started a family and you just purchased your first house. Yeah. So anyway, those pictures, just looking at them, got me thinking about those childhood memories, and thinking about trying to make a correlation. Is my kids like I was when I was younger? There's lots of things that I did that I'm pretty positive my parents don't know. But I remember all my friends used to tell me, they would say, man, your mom is a witch. She knows exactly what you're doing all the time. So, yeah, she would always call and be like, what are you guys doing? Are you doing this? And they'd be like, how does she know? Yeah. So all my friends used to say mom was a witch or something, fortune teller or something, that she could see what was going on all the time. Basically because she was probably just like I was. Yeah. I know who I get it from. So, anyway, I didn't really have any topics today. I don't know if I'm running out of topics. I told you I'm not a talker. I can't just ramble on and ramble on about anything. But, you know, I do these videos, and it's almost like a form of therapy for me. I don't know how it is, but it is. So, I don't really care if anybody watches them. It'd be good to have them later when my kids get older and they can come back and see the content and be like, have record of it, because there are more and more people actually do this. It's really replaced the old, you know, handwritten journal. Somebody got me a really nice leather bound. It's got these little leather tassels and leather and cross to tie it up. A little journal. Started to write in it, but man, I can't write. I've been typing for so long, And I don't even like typing anymore. I usually, I've been using my talk so much. That's the way technology is going. It's going toward voice commands for everything. And you won't, keyboard will eventually go away. No, you still need it for certain things, I know. But yeah, when I have to send an email that's more than a sentence long, I'm like, I'll pick up my phone and I'll talk the email into my phone. And if you know me, you know I mumble. And so it helps me to enunciate my words better so that my phone can understand me, because a lot of the times I'll blah, 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 and it'll be something totally different. And I'll really try to enunciate my words sometimes, and it'll still be totally different. But it's gotten a lot better. I mean, used to you had to install a program. Remember Naturally Speaking Dragon? You install that, and you had to train it to understand your voice. And now you just pick up a brand new smartphone, blah 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 blah, and it spits out the text on your screen. So yeah, that's the way everything's going. You know, the Google, the Alexa that we have, people are starting to put in their homes. That's the way everything's going. So yeah, so this is more of my, I guess, personal journal, things that are going off in my life. But I share it with the public. If anybody gets enjoyment out of watching it, hey. I know I watch some people like this, and I enjoy it. I don't know why. But it's just fun to listen to somebody. It feels like they're talking to you almost. And I don't know, it feels like you're sitting there having a conversation with somebody, but it's one-sided and they're talking to you. And I can sit there and watch that or listen to it while I'm working. Because, I have one of those jobs where if I'm not doing something really concentrated task, I can just listen to anything while I'm working. So anyway, I better get off here, get the kids up. I better get ready for work. I've got to go to Indianapolis today to a client to get their internet set up. I've got a couple videos I need to put together of actual work I do. Some of the actual physical work I do rather than programming. I wouldn't want to bore anybody with what I actually do most of the day, which is sit at a computer, type code to make a computer do arithmetic calculations and things like that, if else do statements, so that it will make the screen do what you want, so it'll make the software do what you want, so it will basically work for their business. That would be boring, I'm sure. I could do it once. I don't know if anybody would watch that. But it'd basically be watching me, watching somebody else on one screen, and tip-tapping, pecking away at the keyboard on another with a bunch of gobbledygook up on the screen. So I am out of coffee in my Owl's Nest coffee cup. Owl's Nest coffee cup. If you would like some Owl's Nest swag, let me know. Tracy's trying to get back into making her cookies again. So, she's really trying to push her cookies again. She took a break off there for a week, but she had a surgery. She had to get her stent replaced, and she's kind of been slow bouncing back at that. So, we're looking forward to a couple weeks. Gonna go out of town with the family. Get to listen to Ian and Shelby, blah, 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 blah. Bicker back and forth all the freaking time until I blow up, or Tracy blows up and be like, shut up! Anyway, be nice to everybody out there today. Have a good Monday. Just keep on keeping on.